The amygdala hijack. Picture this. You're in an argument. Someone says something unbelievably stupid. You open your mouth to absolutely destroy them with logic. And instead, your eyes start leaking like a broken faucet. Congratulations, your brain just fired your CEO. Here's what's happening. Your prefrontal cortex, that's the smart, rational part of your brain that does taxes and remembers passwords, just clocked out. Didn't even give 2 weeks notice. It got unplugged by your amygdala, which is basically your brain's toddler throwing the world's ugliest tantrum. Scientists call this an amygdala hijack. It's when your emotional center literally overrides your logical thinking. Think of it like this. Your brain's CEO, logic, leaves the building, and now the unpaid intern, pure chaos emotions, is running the entire company. Everything's on fire. Someone's crying in the bathroom. That someone is you. When you get angry, your amygdala detects a threat, even if that threat is just Karen from accounting saying, well, actually, and it floods your system with stress hormones faster than you can say, I'm fine. Your prefrontal cortex tries to stay in control, but it's like trying to have a reasonable conversation during a rave. Not happening. So the tears? Those aren't weakness. That's your body's emergency alarm system going off because your brain just lost access to the part that forms sentences. You're not sad. You're overloaded. The globus sensation. You're mid-argument. Your voice is steady. You're winning. Then someone says the one thing that hits different. And suddenly it feels like someone shoved a tennis ball down your throat. You try to talk, but your voice cracks like a 13-year-old boy going through puberty. Game over. Welcome to the globus sensation, the fancy medical term for why does my throat hate me right now? It's that choking, lump in your throat feeling that makes you sound like a dying car engine when you try to defend yourself. Here's the science. When you're angry, your body tenses up everywhere. Your muscles lock. Your throat muscles, they clench like they're trying to bench press your emotions. At the same time, your glottis, the opening between your vocal cords, starts spasming because your autonomic nervous system is having a full meltdown. It's like trying to scream through a straw that someone's stepping on. Physically impossible. So what happens? The pressure builds. Your body needs a release valve, and that valve is tears. The worst part? This makes you feel even more angry because now you can't even speak to express how angry you are. It's a glitch, a cruel, biological glitch. You're trying to yell, I'm not crying, but it comes out like, I'm not. And then the floodgates open. Your throat isn't trying to betray you. It's just caught between fight mode and breakdown mode. And it chose chaos. Injustice, sensitivity. Picture this. Someone accuses you of something you didn't do. Or they twist your words. Or they get away with something while you get blamed. And suddenly, you're not just angry. You're furious in a way that feels ancient, primal. Like your soul just lawyered up. This is injustice sensitivity, and it's hardwired into your brain like a smoke detector, except instead of detecting fire, it detects this is bullshit. Here's what's happening. Your brain has a built-in fairness meter. Psychologists call it your justice schema. Basically, your internal rule book for how the world should work. When someone violates that, when the rules don't apply equally, or you're being gaslit, or someone's rewriting history right in front of you, that meter breaks. And here's the kicker. These aren't sad tears. These are protest tears. Your body is literally screaming objection, but in liquid form. Studies show that people with high injustice sensitivity cry more during conflicts, not because they're weak, but because their brain is treating unfairness like a physical wound. Think of it like this. Your nervous system can't tell the difference between someone stabbed me and someone's blatantly lying about what I said 5 minutes ago. Both register as attacks. Both trigger the same stress response. Both make you leak from your face. So when you cry because it's not fair, that's not you being overdramatic. That's your brain's ancient justice system going, alert, violation detected, initiating emotional lawsuit. You're not crying because you're sad. You're crying because you're right, and your body knows it. Frustration aggression theory. You want to flip a table, punch a wall, scream into the void, but you can't because you're at work, or it's your mom. Or you're a functional adult who doesn't have bail money, so your body does the next best thing. It cries instead. Welcome to frustration aggression theory, also known as the glitch. It's a psychological principle from the 1930s that's still ruining lives today. The formula is simple. Frustration equals aggression. But when you block that aggression, when you can't release it, your body short circuits. Here's the science. Your brain generates aggressive energy when you're angry. That energy needs to go somewhere. In caveman times, you'd just club someone and call it a day. Problem solved. But now, you're in a Zoom meeting. You can't exactly throw your laptop at Derek from marketing. So your body improvises. It converts that blocked physical aggression into an emotional release. Psychologists call this displacement. Your fight response getting rerouted because society said no stabbing. The energy has to escape somehow. So it comes out as tears, voice cracks, or that fun thing where you're crying and yelling at the same time. It's like trying to hold in a sneeze. You can't. The pressure builds until something gives. Except instead of sneezing, you're sobbing while saying, "I'm not even sad right now," in a voice that suggests otherwise. You're not weak. You're just a barely domesticated human whose body still thinks crying is an acceptable substitute for primal screaming. Spoiler, it's not. But your nervous system didn't get the memo. Adrenaline overdose. Picture this. You're in full argument mode. Heart pounding, hands shaking. You feel like you just drank 47 Red Bulls and ran a marathon while being chased by a bear. Your body is vibrating. And then, because the universe hates you, the tears start. And now you're crying and shaking like a chihuahua in a thunderstorm. This is adrenaline overdose. And your body just went from 0 to fight a lion in 3.5 seconds. Congratulations. You're basically on drugs. Except the drugs are coming from inside the house. Here's what's happening. The second you get angry, your adrenal glands, two tiny kidney hat-wearing glands, dump a massive load of adrenaline and cortisol into your bloodstream. It's your body's emergency, survive this cocktail. Your heart rate spikes, your blood pressure skyrockets, your pupils dilate. You become a human alert system. Problem, your body can't tell the difference between arguing with someone about who left the dishes in the sink and literal life or death combat. So it gives you the full survival package. You're getting cave person levels of adrenaline for a suburban person level of conflict. And here's where it gets messy. Too much adrenaline makes you cry. It overstimulates your lacrimal glands, tear factories, and your sympathetic nervous system goes haywire. You're shaking because you have enough energy to fight a grizzly bear, but you're using it to stand in your kitchen arguing about whose turn it is to take out the trash. The trembling, the voice shaking, the tears, that's not fear. That's your body on a chemical overdose it created by itself. You're essentially having a panic attack's aggressive cousin. You're not losing control. You're experiencing what happens when your ancient survival brain loads a rocket launcher to kill a mosquito. Excessive? Yes. Your fault? Absolutely not. Cognitive overload. You're trying to be angry and articulate at the same time. You've got 47 points to make, receipts to pull up, a timeline to reference, and you need to do it all while maintaining eye contact and not looking crazy. Your brain is running 86 tabs at once. And then system crash, blue screen, tears. This is cognitive overload. Your brain's rage quit moment. Here's the problem. Your working memory can only hold about 4 to 7 chunks of information at a time. That's it. But during an argument, you're trying to remember what they said, what you were about to say, control your tone, monitor body language, process emotions, predict their next move, and not say the thing that ends the relationship. That's not 7 things. That's like 40 things. Your brain is trying to run Cyberpunk 2077 on a calculator from 1987. So what does it do? It crashes. The overflow gets dumped into your limbic system, which has one output: tears. You wanted to be eloquent. You had points. But your brain said, nah, full factory reset. And now you're sobbing while trying to remember what you were even mad about. You're not weak. Your brain just tried to run too many programs at once. Have you tried turning yourself off and back on again? That's called walking away, but your pride won't let you. The surrender signal. You're in a heated argument. It's escalating. And then your body does something absolutely wild. It starts crying without your permission, like it just hit the panic button and evacuated the building. You didn't choose this. Your body just went, all right, we're surrendering, and threw a white flag made of tears. This is the surrender signal, and it's evolution's most embarrassing survival hack. Back in caveman times, crying was an appeasement display, a way to signal, I'm not a threat, please don't bonk me with a rock. Tears literally stopped fights by triggering empathy. Your body still does this. Even though you're just arguing about whose turn it is to do dishes, your ancient nervous system goes, threat detected, initiate peace protocol, and the peace protocol is making you cry automatically. The problem? You don't want to look non-threatening, you want to win. But your body betrayed you and went full ooh please don't hurt me mode while you're still trying to destroy someone with facts and logic. It's the ultimate biological plot twist. Your body thinks it's saving your life, but really, it's just making you cry in front of the person you're trying to prove wrong. Thanks, evolution. Super helpful. The parasympathetic crash. The argument is over. You won, maybe. Who even knows? But the fight is done, and suddenly you feel like you got hit by a truck. Your hands won't stop shaking. You're exhausted. And the tears? Oh, they're coming now, in full force, even though the danger has passed. Welcome to the emotional hangover. This is the parasympathetic crash. After pumping you full of adrenaline and cortisol, your nervous system goes, crisis over, time to shut down everything. During the fight, your sympathetic nervous system was running the show. You were a human Ferrari, redlined and maxed out. But the second the threat ends, your parasympathetic nervous system slams on the brakes hard. It's like going from a rave to a funeral in 0.3 seconds. Your heart rate plummets, blood pressure drops. All those stress hormones are still flooding your system with nowhere to go, so they just marinate, making you feel like garbage. The crash tears are your body processing everything. Crying is the cleanup crew. It flushes out stress hormones through your tears. This is why you hold it together during the fight. But the second you're alone, in your car, in the bathroom, hiding in a closet, you absolutely lose it. Your body waited until it was safe to fall apart. You're not broken. You're experiencing withdrawal from your own stress drugs. You just fought a war your body thought was real, and now it's sending you the bill.